All right, in your way too early Fiesta Bowl projection, pleased to be joined by the president of the Fiesta Bowl, Erik Moses, in studio, talking with us here on the Extra Point. So we're 2 weeks into the college football season. What are your takeaways other than maybe Texas needs a couple more games before we get back on the big stage here?
Look, you could be like me mourning, your head getting kicked in by TCU at your first home game at Chapel Bill, as we're saying now down in North Carolina. Look, I think we came out of the box really strong. Premier matchups in the very first week of the season helps to create the momentum that brings more people into college football and following those great games, and hopefully that'll ride all the way through the Verbo Fiesta Bowl semifinal on January 8th.
All right, there's some Sun Devil fans this week feeling a little bit deflated. So your message to them, I mean, how many teams do you think are going undefeated and going all the way through to the college football playoff?
So this is the beautiful thing about the expanded playoff. The age of undefeated teams is over. It's gone. Ohio State lost 2 games last year and won a national championship. Don't focus on being undefeated. Focus on quality wins against quality teams, beating the teams you're supposed to beat, and the rest will handle itself.
What are those matchups you have circled? Are you going out of town, or you got big plans at the house, buying more TVs for the living room and have like 4 of them?
Multi-view is my friend.
Yeah.
4 games at once. We're going to Boston College, Clemson, up in Boston College. They won our Fiesta Sports Foundation Community Service Award this year, so we'll be up there to see that game. And I'm going to try to see a U of A and an ASU game this year. So looking forward to watching a lot of football in the comfort of my own home, but we'll get out where we can.
Okay, I cannot wait to see what's on the line in that game the Friday after Thanksgiving. But speaking of the foundation, you're doing much more than just watching football. So tell us what your fall looks like, what your calendar looks like, and how many football games are you now watching a week?
Well, we pivoted yesterday and launched our first full-fledged integrated marketing campaign to really refine our identity. Most people knew of us as the Fiesta Bowl organization, and now we are the Fiesta Sports Foundation, to help give a better sense of our full identity and the way that we show up for Arizona every day, not just on game day, right? We're in communities looking for need and ways that we can address that need, whether it's our Wishes for Teachers program that this year will give away a record $1.5 million in its 10th anniversary, our AED assistance program where we're giving this equipment and the training, life-saving training to school systems all throughout this state. We're doing things around the state 12 months out of the year, and we want to better tell that story.
And you have a big flag football tournament coming up as well. Tell us
do.
about the inspiration behind that.
Well, flag is one of the hottest sports right now across the country, and girls flag in particular has a lot of momentum right now, and we want to make certain that the young ladies have their opportunity to shine. We both know that there's great talent here in the state of Arizona. Yeah. We're going to help tell that story even better, and so the Copper State Invitational will be an in-season tournament, 8-team tournament for girls flag. We've got a couple of defending champions from our high schools competing this year, but again, we want to highlight what is happening to these young people in these emerging sports, and flag is great. We have some of the best girls flag football players in the country right here in Arizona.
And I'm always asking you to make predictions here on this show, but I'm going to make a prediction. I think tournaments like this will lead to more popularity, and potentially one day we might be looking at an Arizona versus Arizona State big-time girls women's flag football game. Could you see that day in the near future?
Absolutely, and we're going to work towards that day. I mean, last year we saw Arizona State and GCU play flag over at Arizona State, and this year we're working on a collegiate invitational tournament that will allow us to further the sport in a way that hopefully one day makes it a varsity sport on the collegiate level.
All right, tell people how they can get involved, and if you want to even get a yellow jacket like yourselves. I don't know. How do you get a yellow jacket? How do you become part of the Fiesta Bowl Foundation?
You've got to work for a long time. I mean, we take on new yellow jackets and people who want to be a part of our committee. They are our primary ambassadors and fundraisers for all the great work that we do. You won't see us out in the community very often without members of our Yellow Jacket Committee out there helping to represent, whether it's at our high school football showdowns on Thursdays or the games or any of the other things that we do. These people, about 120 of them active, are out helping us to raise money that we then invest back in communities all throughout this state. So FiestaSportsFoundation.org is the best way to find out about all of the things that we're doing in and around the Valley and all throughout the state.
All right, and I have January 8th circled on the calendar right now.
Yes.
So, I mean, can you give us a prediction?
It's so hard to predict a semifinal because, there's like 4 teams that will
I just love asking it.
Yeah, I think, look, The question is whether or not the Big Ten continues its dominance. The last 2 national championships were won by Big Ten teams. Everybody kind of thinks of the SEC as the big bad, conference, but the Big Ten has been showing their strength. So my prediction is a Big Ten team does not win the national championship this year. So that's as far as I think I'm willing to go right now.
I'm a little worried about those Oklahoma Sooners after last week. I think their quarterback, I think that's a team that we might want to watch. And I could see, as much as it pains me to say this, when Oklahoma comes out here and Ohio State comes out here, that would be my prediction for the best atmosphere for fans. Tell us about the atmosphere we have planned on January the 8th.
Oh, it's going to be so great. I mean, the excitement with every round of these playoffs now grows and grows. We were at the Penn State SMU first round game in Happy Valley last year, 106,000 people going crazy in the freezing cold, mind you, for their teams. And that just grows. It just grows. And so with this season starting off so strong, we imagine that that's going to continue. And we're going to have 2 really great teams seeking a national championship here in the Valley on January 8th.
Does the Big 12 have work to do? I feel like one bid after this last week, and maybe it's an overreaction, seems like that's where we're headed unless things turn around.
Yeah, but the season's it's early. It's early, so you'll get the team that wins the conference, which hopefully will be a team from this state, and we'll see. I think there's a lot of football still left to be played, and there's some good teams in the Big 12. The Big 12's issue right now, I think, is parity. I think it's that there are a lot of teams playing at a similar level. That first game, Iowa State and K-State over in Ireland, was a great game despite the weather or what have you. I think there are a lot of teams that can battle for that, and we need them to knock off some other teams outside of their conference.
Well, here's to a fun fall for you. Thanks for stopping in here. Thanks for all you do for the community, and we look forward to getting another prediction from you in the not too distant future.
I love it. Thanks, man.